Welcome to No FOMO Charts YouTube channel live stream number 13, part 2. I'm restarting this stream because of internet difficulties. Today's Friday, January 8th, 2021. Feel free to ask a question in the chat box or comments below about stocks or crypto. Quick disclaimer, these videos and charts are for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. If you like the content that's coming up, feel free to subscribe, comment, like, or donate. Thank you. All right, so we're starting here at the Dow Jones Industrial Average Index. All right, we're on a daily chart right now, 1 day chart on Dow Jones. What do we need to know? All we need to know is, are we uptrending or downtrending on Dow Jones? How do we know this? Are we making higher highs and higher lows in the price? Right here. So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So we are uptrending. All right. So even right here, this is like some baby uptrending right here. We passed the all-time high price back before the in the beginning of 2020. That was $29,568. Now we broke above that and we're going higher. Okay? So that's just something to know about Dow Jones is the government saved the stimulus packages from the government, the $1 trillion stimulus that saved the stock market from crashing further. It stopped it. We had a V-shaped recovery like everyone on CNBC loves, V-shaped recovery in the stock market. Okay, so where are we going? Potential scenarios. Again, we have stock earnings coming up in about 2 weeks. We have presidential transition in 12 days. That's happening this month. We have COVID-19 issues all over the world right now. And yet, looks like the market is priced, and we have COVID-19 vaccines available now too. So there's that information too. So if you look right here, just for the past couple months on a day chart, still in this uptrend pattern. It was getting a little scary and sketchy in the market right here, but then we recovered finally. Broke above this price resistance right there. And we continue higher. High, 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 low. Like that. Okay. So right now, Dow Jones still in a daily uptrend. And we broke through the highest price ever back over here at 29,368, and we're going higher. Okay. But notice that for every uptrend, there is a down cycle, right? Like it's called pullback. Down before it goes up. So just kind of want to watch out for that. This whole flagging scenario on the price was kind of indecision in the market about elections and about vaccines and about the economy as well. You read that message? Okay. So we're still in this uptrend. Very nice. Okay. Next, S&P 500. I'll just go through this one real quick. Again, if we switch to a weekly chart for investing where each candle is equal to 1 week, we're still in the uptrend, weekly uptrend. Higher high, higher low, higher high in the price, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So at some spot, some points, we're going to establish the higher highs somewhere up here. Some easy US dollar numbers, 3,900 and 4,000, right? Our potential targets on the upside. And we could even pull back down to 3,500 and still be in this uptrend, meaning that it could go up here and even come down here, and then we could still do that and go up like that. So totally possible. Totally possible. So again, weekly uptrends are strong. Daily uptrends are still intact. Nothing to worry about yet. Again, what I'm looking for is technology sector earnings, financial sector earnings in the next 2 weeks. Plus any government regulation changes, any stimulus changes for the country, USA, will affect the stock market. Okay. NASDAQ, I already do this. Okay, so Again, uptrending. We're going upstairs in this market because the government stimulus is holding this market up. It's not letting the market crash for a whole year now, almost a whole year now. So high, higher low, higher high, broke through the all-time high price over here in February 2020. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Little sketchy right here, right before elections. Elections are over. Okay, here we go. We got vaccines. All right, here we go. Higher high. That's basically the mentality of the market, play by play. So it's still going higher high, higher low pattern. Like you see this right here. Okay, I drew it in yellow. So the target would be maybe $14,000. Maybe that's where the higher high is going to end. It could go higher. But if we have some bad tech earnings, we could pull back in the tech sector and even end up somewhere in the mid 12,000s, and we're still fine. If this level holds where the circle is, then we could continue up in a higher high over the next like 6 months. So we're just watching out for that. I think the chart is frozen. Okay, so Russell 2000 right here. Same deal. Is after we had the coronavirus crash down, boom, right there, huge crash. Nice buying opportunity down there in this area. Then the higher high, higher low, uptrend pattern continues. And Russell 2000 going bonkers over here, right? We broke through this resistance, and once we have this, like, it's basically stock market loves to go crazy. Wall Street loves this situation where it's like, hey, we have a resistance, break through that and make some money. And boom, right there, 15%, 18% gain from the breakout profit from this breakout spot, all right? But let's not get too excited about that because it's a little overextended, meaning it's a little bit of a stretch to the upside because this section over here was a little bit more textbook uptrend, higher high, higher low, and this one was a little more stretched out in terms of like slower, and then we get a really fast, aggressive, boom, 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 really tight one like that. So at some point, the Russell 2000 might pull back, come down in this market. It already kind of did with the little baby high low right there. So kind of like this. So it could go higher. Maybe an upside target of 2,500. And the support is at 2020 right here, price in dollars. Okay. So again, I'm more of a long-term investor, long-term trader. I don't do day trading. I don't do scalping. I don't do options like the people on Reddit. I don't do any of that stuff. I basically do solid long-term investing, long-term trading for solid gains, solid profit. Okay, risk to reward, very, very higher chance of winning is what I'm saying in the market. All right, so we take a look at gold for a second. I skipped over this one, but we'll just take a look at gold. Okay, so gold, there's a lot of lines here. Let me erase all this from the last class. Just erase. Let's erase everything. There we go. Okay, so the point I want to make is if you zoom out on gold, the foreign exchange pattern of gold, if you look at this, basically since 2016, we've been in an uptrend. I'll switch to a weekly chart. So you see this play out. We're on a weekly chart for gold, going all the way back to 2011, here up to now, 2020. All right, so this is like textbook weekly downtrend on the left side here. You see this? Lower low, lower high. It's the reverse. We crashed down lower low, but it took a whole year. Lower high, lower low. And then we had a trend reversal right in the middle there. Okay, there is a reversal signal right there. Okay, so then it goes high, break out of this pattern, boom, higher high, higher low. Almost a higher high, But then this is a higher low. It's tightening. Okay, so some people call this an equilibrium or symmetrical triangle pattern. Then, boom, breakout. Wall Street loves this. Traders love this. Investors love this. Then you get the extreme rally on gold. And then the higher high, then it turns to an uptrend. So on long-term charts, going from a downtrend to an uptrend, there is like this sideways it's called a consolidation. Sideways trend or finding a support level. It found the floor. There's a floor in the price, meaning the demand is holding this price up. And so it's not going to go lower than that anymore. And then we reverse up. So people look, long-term traders, my style, it's like getting in somewhere over here. Latest here because of the trend change. High, low, and then boom, like that. But if you look right now, it's short-term. But if we go to a short-term swing trade just for a couple months time frame, is actually gold's been downtrending for the past couple months. And that makes sense because gold as an asset is related to, gold as an asset is inversely correlated with the stock market for the most part, meaning that gold's a safe haven asset for the most part, not always. So if the stock market goes up, gold sometimes goes down. Sometimes gold goes up as well. So it's just a general correlation. But right now, see this lower low, lower high, lower low. Basically lower high just by like a few dollars. And now the price is right here. So we're not done yet with gold. It could turn into upside down head and shoulders like that. Another reversal signal. And then do this. Totally possible. But for right now, like in the past like 3 days, that large pullback on gold. All right. Silver. Just do this one faster. Very similar to the concept of the gold chart where short term we had lower low, lower high, lower low pullbacks, but we had this breakout, this symmetrical pattern, this type of wedge pattern, and the breakout. You see here, very, very short term. I'm zooming in for December. We're looking at 1 month, like 20 days of trading right here. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? If you look at the line chart, yeah, you see, are you seeing what I'm seeing right here? I'll drive for us. Boom, right there. Okay, so there's a trend line support. So that's why there's this particular candle just for today. It came down and then buyers bought it back up. There's demand. There's a little bit of protection. It's not permanent protection down there, but it's basically like, the support in this range on silver, the $24 range. So we're going to see if silver, if this support holds, then the higher high, higher low pattern continues like that. So maybe there's a potential trade setup on silver, maybe, right? Maybe a 8% with a 4% risk on the bottom, possible, right? Just for an example. Okay, so this is the kind of risk that traders take when they see a pattern like this, and they take into account, okay, what's happening with the government, what's happening with earnings, stock market, other assets, what's happening in the world right now, COVID-19, Bitcoin, metals, technology, right? And then it's like, wait, okay, we have a potential pattern here, so maybe somebody took some risk. If it's the robots, the bots, or the algorithms, somebody bought that right there. So very interesting example. Okay, let's move on. We'll go faster. This is just the US dollar currency index. It's just an index. It's not the actual value of the dollar. It's an index of the currency. Okay, just the number, basically. And it's been downtrending. So the DXY is inversely correlated. It's the reverse sometimes of the stock market in terms of, think of it like this. It's like if somebody wants to buy something from a store, they're going to spend the cash. They're going to give the cash, trade the cash to buy the item. Like if somebody goes to the store to buy a t-shirt, I am giving, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40, $50 for whatever shirt I'm trying to buy. Let's say $10, right? And then the store gives me the shirt and I go home with the shirt. But I lost my dollar. I spent it, right? So then that would mean I went down -10, right? You know what I mean? So, and then when people want, so it's like that with stocks. I want to buy stocks. I have to give my money to the market, so to speak. I have to spend my money. I have to trade my money for the stock item. Therefore, the dollar currency goes down. But when people basically want a refund, they want their cash back, they want their money back, they're going to say, you know what? I want to sell the stock. I want to get rid of this stock. I want my money back. I want my money back. Then you'll see that's why this goes up like that. So it's just like another tool for analysis. Okay, oil. I'll end it soon. But oil here, we had this COVID-19 downtrend, okay, right here. Even before COVID-19. United States oil ETF. Big problem here. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Boom. That's textbook downtrend. Traumatized so many traders. I remember that in 2020. But we had the reversal signal here again by government stimulus saving the American economy. Recovery and then back into uptrend. But then we had some weakness right here going into elections. But then recovered with the vaccine, then back into uptrend. So uptrend, downtrend, into uptrend. So right now, oil is uptrending. Very interesting to know. Natural gas. I just did this example for a previous class. So natural gas, UNG, the ETF, UNG, has been downtrending for over 2 years. See this? Lower low, lower high, downstairs. But there is some kind of floor. Oops, I'll just erase this. There's some kind of floor over here, temporary price floor, somewhere in the $9 to $8 range is where the price is seemingly slowing down and kind of bouncing up a little bit. That's why I drew this risk reward box for going long position, is that natural gas, this is for more long-term traders and investors, is there's some kind of risk reward here. The first actual target would be here, 13%. That's why I drew the yellow line. Second target would be here on these mountains, okay, 32. Then third target would be 50% up here, long term, like 6 months to a year. And then the downside risk would be like 20%. Okay, so that's more of an investment plan on natural gas, because it's going downtrend, but there is, on other indicators, there are low enough potential signals down here that we might see a reversal on natural gas. Also, that's just my call for 2021. Again, this is educational advice. This is not financial advice. Okay, so now we go to Bitcoin. Let's do some crypto. Bitcoin. All right, so the big question is, what is happening with Bitcoin right now? Everybody is confused online. Let me clear up the confusion for everybody. Okay, so we're going on a weekly chart. Weekly chart where every candle is 1 week. All right. So now we have in view on the charts the all-time high of December 2017 on Bitcoin, the low of March 2019 or December 2018, right there. The previous high of July 2019, the COVID-19 crash of March 2020, and now we're right here, January 2021. How did we get here? Well, trend theory right here. Let me just back up to 2020. All right, so we had a downtrend, well, not a downtrend, just a straight collapse in crypto because COVID-19. This definition of market crash on a weekly chart, that's what that looks like. Capitulation, meaning absolutely everybody panicking and selling their crypto, and robots and algorithms and shorts taking advantage of that, crushing the market. Okay. Then we had the recovery. Again, the stimulus package of US government right there saved it, everything stopped. Okay, then over time, this took like 6 months. Trend change, higher high. Basically. Or maybe this one's a higher high, right? But for me, close enough. It's just like close enough. Higher high, higher low. You'll notice that it didn't go like that. It stopped. So that's the first suspicious clue that, wait a second, we have some support over here at 8,200. Also good news about, some COVID vaccines in development. Higher high, higher low. Then even higher high. Now we have to pause here and think, is a textbook higher high, higher low uptrend forming? Is it forming? And the answer was yes. Because we got even higher low, and it's like, wait a second. If somebody, very sensitive traders to the weekly charts and the daily charts, experienced traders, professionals, they knew, here we go. The time has come. The time has, really loud notification sound. The time has come. Right there. So, another way to think about it with just support and resistance price levels, okay, is this. Right here, once we have that support right there, and it's not, you notice it's not going down below 8,800. I remember people during this time kept saying $8,800, $8,800 Bitcoin strong support. And then we rallied up. We rallied up to this resistance. You'll see here multiple touch points on this. This was the temporary ceiling at 12,000. I remember in my past videos we were calling that. And the bottom support was about like 9,000, let's call it, right? Then we got stuck. And then again, the ultimate, one of the breakout strategies, boom, we broke out through that resistance ceiling. Everyone in the whole world, not FOMOing in, but jumping on the hype train. Boom, broke out from 12,000. And then the final, before the whole world said, I'm getting in on this crypto, is the breakout of $20,000. The previous all-time high, highest price of Bitcoin ever, December 2017, was finally broken 3 years later. And then the crypto mania started in December 2020. That's when the FOMO started. Now we're getting some serious FOMO right now from people all over the world saying they want to jump into crypto now. Just understand that crypto right now from the COVID-19 low is 629% higher. Over 600% higher. I remember this day when it was $3,126 Bitcoin. I remember that day. I also remember this day. I watched it crashed all the way down to 3,881. I remember this day. I was on the computer, live, right? Then I also saw this over time, like boom, 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 right? So experienced traders know they're going to buy this, they're going to buy this, or they're going to buy this, or this one. 4 major spots to buy Bitcoin. Why? How do I know? Either a super low discount price or on a pullback on this uptrend, meaning they're going to buy down, 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 and risk their money in the market. Not all of money, but risk money in the market and just basically hope it goes higher. The problem right now is if you do the higher high uptrend theory, and I'm not saying Bitcoin's going to stop, Bitcoin can keep going to like 50,000 or higher, right? It really depends. I said this in the previous video. I'll say it again. Bitcoin will stop for a couple of reasons. Number one, if there's a technical problem on the charts, the crypto chart, or there's some scandal with Bitcoin itself, then Bitcoin will probably crash. Number two, government regulation change. With the new US president and the cabinet coming into office, basically the SEC, the government institution, Securities Exchange Commission, they already destroyed XRP, Ripple currency, basically. Rest in peace, Ripple. and Ripple's going to be delisted from the exchange. They can't trade it anymore, right? So that's the power of the government regulation on crypto. They could sue the companies and then the company is gone. Or some problem happens and then the coin gets kicked off the exchanges, the crypto exchange, and nobody could trade it anymore. So the value is basically worthless. That could happen. Number 2. Number 3 that I've seen in the past is hacking. Hackers stealing from the exchanges or from people. Okay, that happened way back here. That happened over here in 2019. I remember this day. This was a tweet from Trump saying that Bitcoin was bad and worthless, and that killed the market rally. Also, there's a huge hack here. I think it's on Binance, or was it on Bitstamp? One of those two. And you see this huge pullback. Like, how much was that? Negative 12%. And then this is the top of the market, negative 40% down. From here to here, it was negative 70%, right? So we're up right now. Fast forward to now. If you're wondering, okay, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Higher high, you see this pattern? We're at the higher high right now. Or not right now, but in the higher high zone. Basically, the market's searching, how high can we go before nobody's left to buy anymore? That's the question. Also, I was saying on a previous video that there's not this extreme sell signal like there was back in 2017. So I'm talking about here, here, and here. These 4 spots. All right, so how do we use technical analysis? We look at the charts and say, look at the volume on the bottom. These bars represent the amount of trading of coins or shares, the actual volume, the actual size of the trading. So you'll see here back in 2017, 2018, we had large red selling volume. And that was a clue. Maybe that was either a market top or right here, large seller volume, that it could be a market bottom. Market top, market bottom. The next market top, large selling volume right there, the red. Market bottom of COVID-19, extreme large red selling volume. Fast forward today, I don't see that yet. That will happen once the crash already happens, like in the middle to the end of the crash. But we haven't had a large red week close yet, so I'm hands off on crypto right now. Because, meaning just hold the positions. If you're already in from a long time ago, just hold the positions for the most part until one of those 3 or 4 scenarios plays out, right? The last 4th one I didn't say yet is this. For Bitcoin is if we see a chart pattern that shows weakness, is a chart pattern that shows weakness, could potentially be, I have to erase everything, would be like a doji candle like this one. This was the exact top of 2019. This candle right there, it's a real pattern. On a weekly, this is weak. Very weak pattern. Candlestick. Also the fact, I remember these 3 weeks, crashed down, the market tried to hold it up, but then there's weakness. You see this? Selling pressure, ceiling. Also the bad tweet, and then it's over. Right? So end of 2017 crash. Basically, this one's a little more tricky, but it's subtle, but it's there. Okay? Right here, trying to go up higher, but then there's a ceiling at 20,000. Government change. Okay? The market crashed. The bulls tried to recover and support it, but not strong enough, and we crashed. Again, bulls trying to support the market. It's like football. It's like we're trying to push up. We can't do it. We lose control. And then the momentum turns down. Okay? So that happens. Right? So again, for me, it's a little suspicious right now. Why? Because it's $40,000 Bitcoin price, the highest of all time in the history of Bitcoin to date. And then we also see this is an okay candle, but again, the psychology is some people try to sell, some people try to crash Bitcoin, failed, and the bulls are holding it up right now multiple times. But like I was saying in the last video, is it's suspicious though. It's potentially getting higher and riskier right now for a myriad of reasons. If you use Elliott wave theory, there's a 5-wave Elliott wave pattern with the potential for an ABC correction. There's that on the weekly. Just the fact that we're at 40,000 is, and if we can't break and hold above 40,000, that will be the ceiling. What we need to see with Bitcoin is we need to see power from the bulls. Like next week or 2 weeks, we need to see boom, breakout, test this, boom, and break out like that to like, maybe not that high, but at least 50,000. Like break 40,000, hold 4,500. Let's try to target 50,000. Like we need to see that action happening in the market. Or else we're going to see this. Maybe a pullback down, a retest of this 40,000. If it fails, momentum loss like football. We can't push. We're trying to push. We're losing control, losing power, and the shorts and the bears are going to take over, and then trend change down, and the market's going to crash. That could happen, right? That's how downtrends are confirmed, right? That's how Bitcoin is probably going to crash. It's probably going to crash like this at some point, like rejected twice, game over. Or extreme high, and it's like going up into the sky and then crash back down to earth action. That could happen. This could happen. Or like this could happen. Head and shoulders, triple top, which is basically the same kind of scenario. You're hitting the top ceiling and boom, game over. Once we lose this neckline, like down here, game over, right? Or just game over. Like there's so many scenarios that can happen. So people are watching Bitcoin right now. 40,000. Can we hold above and survive on Bitcoin? That's the question. All right, that was my super long explanation of Bitcoin. All right. Ethereum, really quick. Ethereum, because it's number 2. There's a weekly chart, but again, let's just really fast. Going off of Bitcoin. Okay, there's a COVID-19 crash. Okay, some buyers support down here at $100, basically. Then higher, well, it's lower high, but higher low. It's creeping up. We're building up some momentum, building up some power for the bulls to go up. Then we have boom, breakout for 2 months. Yes, finally, meaning breakout from this price. Breakout, boom, then come down to test it. The classic textbook pattern. Finding support, the floor, then boom, higher highs. So then the overall long-term pattern is higher high, higher low, higher high. So we're at the higher high zone again for Ethereum right now. Some people saying target is 1,400. I would also say 1,500, and then big target at $2,000. Those are big round numbers, right? Because that's the previous over here. I still remember this, January 2018, 1,400. Okay. So anyone who's starting out in stocks or crypto right now, especially crypto, we want to be very, very careful right now because we're at the highest price ever. So unless the market keeps going up higher, there's a large chance that it's going to lose momentum and fall back down to earth. With crypto, you want to be very, very careful, extremely careful with cryptocurrency trading or investing because there's so much risk involved. The cryptocurrency market moves 3 to 4 times faster than the stock market because it's open 24 hours a day, basically. Stock market's closed. Like right now, stock market's closed right now for the weekend. Opens back up on basically Monday, New York time. Okay, so you want to watch out for that. Also, there was a trade set up here on Ethereum long time ago. If you see here, okay, right here, there's like a floor on Ethereum price at $88, $89, and the ceiling up here at $1,400. So this is a real technical analysis chart. 250%. We went 1,326% Ethereum. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Cryptocurrency traders, that's why everybody's in this. For this. For this action right there. All right. All right, we'll end with some global, which I usually do. Okay, so we'll look at China, we'll look at Hong Kong, Japan, and Korea, Australia, and then maybe a little bit of Europe, and we'll end. But I'll go way faster on these. These videos go long. Oh, but one thing on Bitcoin. Okay, so the risk for Bitcoin is, remember, cryptocurrency. Like I always say to people, cryptocurrency is just one asset in the world. There's cash, money. There's stocks, bonds, metals like gold, silver, real estate, corporate bonds, government bonds. Corporate real estate. The list goes on, but you get what I'm saying. So cryptocurrency is just one digital asset, virtual asset. And the risk is, like what we just saw with XRP Ripple, is lawsuit against Ripple. The company is done. It's over. Ripple will be delisted in about I think it's 5 days from now, which means Ripple's going down. Like Ripple's going to be worthless. No one's going to trade it anymore. So just remember, for crypto, that could happen to any cryptocurrency. It could happen to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Stellar, Cardano, right? Just any of the big famous ones. It could happen to any of them. Any government change, government regulation or lawsuit can destroy crypto companies. Or the crypto companies can just have some kind of scandal and then they get delisted by themselves. We've seen that for the past 2 years. So just be careful is all I'm saying. Just be careful, because we're not down here at $4,000 Bitcoin anymore. We're at $40,000. 10,000, no, not 10,000. It's 1,000% higher. 10x right now today. So want to watch out. Just beware. All right, so the reason why, moving on to global, why do I look at this? Because you can get some signals from the global market to see like what's happening on a global scale. Because supply chain, remember, COVID-19 virus pandemic showed us just how important supply chain is for businesses in the world today. For example, we couldn't even get hand sanitizer or masks in the beginning of 2020 and mid 2020. It was like sold out for like 2 months. And then even right now, computer parts. Like I'm trying to buy a video card and I can't buy one because supply chain problems. I want to buy a PC, I can't do it. It's like the parts, I can't get the parts, right? So, or people want to buy a PS5 and it's out of stock. I remember I wanted to buy like a webcam. At one point, it was out of stock. It took me forever to buy a webcam, right? So again, that's why I look at foreign charts, not just US, because it's like, where is everything made right now? It's made in China, it's made in India, it's made in Mexico, made in Brazil, made in America, made in just whatever. Just look on the tag of your shirt, right? I love all countries, I love all the world, but I'm just saying, is like, where are all the factories in the world, right? So look at those countries and companies. All right, so, all right, SH Comp, Shanghai Composite Index, here we go. SH Comp. We're looking at the Chinese stock market right now. All right. So we had a downtrend since 2015, then basically a sideways consolidation. I'm looking at a weekly chart, 1 week right now. 1 week. All right. But it's been in a tighter, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high pattern. Now we're coming up to a resistance point right now. You see this? Like that? You see that? Support down here. So one person might say, well, it's just consolidating. Another person might say, you know what? We got a huge upside down head and shoulder signal. Boom, right here. If this happens, we might see China stock market revival going all the way up here to hit that 5,000, like a Bitcoin chart. All right. So this is long-term investing. This is definitely in the cards, potential for China, right? Just think about it. All right. If the COVID-19 is finally over and everyone gets back to work, it's like, that should make the economy go good unless there's some kind of government problem, right? So higher low, higher high, or business problem, higher low, higher high. But it hasn't happened yet. China charts, they have to break out above 3,700 and do this. Gotta do that. Okay, so next, Hong Kong. Hang Seng index. So again, downtrending right now. In the past, for 2 years, see this? Lower low, lower high, lower low. But then 2020, uptrend reversal. Higher high, higher low, higher high, but still stuck. There's also trend lines to be drawn. Well, it's more like a upward channel or wedge like that. So there's resistance up here, there's support, immediate support down here in this range based upon these previous prices. Okay, we're looking left to project out this way to the right where the potential target is. So there's like an X marks a spot. I love it when this happens. X marks a spot as like that might be a level that's going to be tested someday, meaning the market might go up and touch this spot. 29,422, X marks a spot right there. Or X marks a spot if it goes down. So basically, Hong Kong index trying to make an uptrend right now. Long story short. Japan breaking out to the upside. It has been, right? So they had their crash too, but they had their recovery. They had their crash and then they had their recovery. This one though is a little bit sharper uptrend recovery, but you see it in the market. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Breaking through the all-time high in the price. Boom, 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 boom. Like that to higher highs. Okay? So again, trend theory, that's all we really need to know on longer term charts. I can show other indicators, but the most important thing is just the price and the volume. And are we going upstairs or downstairs? We're going upstairs. We are not going downstairs yet. But what we need to watch out for is the pullback. If we have a pullback down, all of this is fair game to become the lower high. So there's immediate support right here at 26645. Japanese yen, JPY, or even down here, this support. Okay, so meaning that when it gets like this and you get a huge up in the higher high up here, then it's like, well, it could come down halfway or even touch here and then maybe retest it again. So it's possible, or we could just keep blasting up higher. So we'll see. Okay, Kospi, I haven't done South Korea in a while, but here's an example of uptrend that's continuing with the breakout. It's very correlated, very connected with the American stock market. Because to me, this is like election news, okay? Right here on November 2nd, November 3rd, boom, with the election news, and then blast off. We're getting vaccines? Yeah. Yes. And everyone's super excited about that, okay? So previously, how did I know this level here was going to get hit? Because the charts are connecting these prices, this yellow guy over here, this line. We can even extend it further, right? And now you understand why do we touch that green thing is because, boom, right there, you see that? Technical analysis works. It totally works. So let me clean that up for you. Boom. Clean the charts up. See that? Very, very important trend line. Very important. Now I could say we're in some kind of up channel. So that's target. So again, higher highs and higher lows. Boom, 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 boom. Like that. So we're like this right here. Oh, excuse me. We're like this right now. we could very well pull back down to here and still be in the uptrend, okay? So this is a potential downside target, right? Somewhere right in the middle right there, like 2,691, Korean won, right? You could pull back and still be in the uptrend and continue higher. So just kind of want to watch out a little bit because earnings is starting the next couple weeks for South Korea as well. Okay, so let's just move on. Let's do Australia. All right, so the ASX 200, same thing, still in the uptrend. It's not hard to see after you do this for a while. Boom, uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows. But there's a resistance ceiling right here of an old price, 7,131 Aussie dollars, right over here. The support is probably now here. A little bit interesting with momentum. It's probably because the COVID-19 situation over there for the past couple months. Their infection rate was going high as well, just like everybody else. So Nifty 50, this is India. Okay, the breakout. Okay, so here we go. We had a previous resistance here, uptrend, breakout. Uptrend continues. All right, very, very, very like textbook. And so we don't have to be afraid so much. But if someone's buying into Nifty 50 ETF like right now, then they have some problem because if it crashes, they could crash all the way down here to 12,439 and still be an uptrend, except that person, if they bought right here and wait here, is down negative 13% in their account. So uptrends, it's always good to buy closer to when the uptrend continues. Like see how many times it touched the line and there's actual ascending triangle type of pattern that was forming, or upward wedge if someone wants to draw it like this. Again, the upward wedge is like totally working right now visually. Okay, so you can see how it could pull back to here in the price, or just break out, keep going up. All right, let's end on UK 100 index. Okay, finally we called it, everybody. Remember I said this like 6 months ago. The downtrend is going, right? The downtrend here with these two white lines I drew. Okay, we'll extend them out. But I said at one point it's going to double bottom or crash down but break out. I didn't say double bottom, but break out. And then I drew these targets as previous support levels and boom, we hit those targets perfectly, tested it multiple times and break up. Beautiful. So happy for this chart. Finally, it just took 6 months, but finally. Right, so it's finally something positive happened for the UKX chart. All right. But a long-term chart, very interesting pattern right here. Very, very interesting reversal pattern. All right. Let's just end it there. So we'll end it there on a positive note. All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Thank you for subscribing and liking. If you have a question about stocks, crypto, technical analysis, charts, or anything related to stock market, please leave a comment below or in the chat box, and I'll try to answer your question in the next video. Again, disclaimer, these videos and charts, everything I'm saying, are for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Thank you so much for watching. I hope we all have a better month this month. And just remember, stock earnings in about 1 to 2 weeks is about to begin. Okay, see you in the next video. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.